Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Brian with Games Under Pressure, bringing you a look at Penarium. This game just came out, and you know what? It's delightful. It's a really fun little game that is just bursting with personality. So what I'm going to do is allow the intro to play here, and I'll be right back with you.
Once there was a kid who was loved only by his father. His name was Willie. Willie worked the land of his father's farm all day long. The work was tough and boring. Poor Willie longed for adventure. One day, while Willie was working the edge of the farm, a circus caravan rode by. As if it was destiny, a tall, mysterious figure appeared and promised Willie extraordinary adventure. Willie was mesmerized by the spectacle. He felt an uncontrollable urge to take part in it. The tall figure directed him towards an empty wagon. Willie jumped on board, expecting to see the show of his life. He would only be gone for a day. The caravan rode for hours, and when it finally stopped, Willie was thrown onto the circus floor. The tall figure stood over him and welcomed him to Penarium, the sadistic circus extravaganza.
So that's a pretty evil little intro, isn't it? He sort of tricks this kid into coming to a sadistic circus. Pretty crazy, especially considering, I mean, he's a kid that's sort of down and out on his luck. Nobody likes him except for his parents. And yeah, it's sort of a sad little start to the game. But the gameplay in this is very simple, but it's a lot of fun. This is an arena-based game, so it's a little bit like Pac-Man. What you can do is you can go out of either side and come out the other side, but you don't really have any weapons here. So you have to avoid everything that is thrown at you and accomplish basic little tasks. So the first task is very easy. It's just you have to collect so many barrels, and you have a jump and a double jump. And one thing that I am very impressed with this game is just how tight the controls feel. I'm playing on an Xbox One controller, and it just feels really good. It's one of those games where if you die, it's on you. It's not on the game. It's not on laggy controls or inaccurate controls. I mean, you really feel like you're in control. You can make these very precise jumps. You don't have to worry about it being too floaty or anything. It feels really good. It's actually one of the tightest control schemes I've played in a very long time. That's one of the best parts of this game. So you can see that they're upping the ante a little bit, and now I have to not only collect the barrels from the first challenge, but I have to collect the barrels while something is shooting at me. And what you'll notice throughout the course of this video is it gradually gets crazier and crazier, and it's all about avoiding things. That is what the name of this game is, just avoiding things. Initially, that might sound like there's not a lot of depth there, but the cool thing is all these enemies behave in very radically different ways. So you can see that this gun shoots sort of a three-way spray, so you have to avoid that, and you always have to keep track of what gun is trying to attack you, what enemy is trying to attack you, because it's all so radically different. And what they start doing is, and you, by the way, you can see there that the Pac-Man-like edges of the screen, the wraparound edges, are coming into play with some of these weapons, which is a neat little trick. But so basically, they keep things interesting by continually throwing more and more at you, and what they start doing is sort of doubling up or tripling up in some cases on these weapons. So it gets to the point where you're having to avoid so many unique projectiles that behave in very different ways in this very tight, borderline claustrophobic arena, and it gets absolutely nuts. Combined with the tight controls, it's this frenetic experience that I don't know if I've had in a very long time. So, it's one of those games where it's very simple. You look at it and you watch it being played and everything, and you wonder how much enjoyment you can actually get out of it, how deep it actually is. But in this game, I think appearances are deceiving. They really do a good job of mixing things up. The game is structured sort of like a smartphone game would be. So you have these hub worlds, and then within those hub worlds you have smaller stages. So like this is one stage, and you see only a few stages into it, but you've already seen 10 or so different types of weapons, and they're all so different. They all make you react in a completely different way. They do a good job of spicing up the other parts of the stage. So you can see now there are flames on either side, making it so that you can't wrap around. See, another enemy there. It's really, really, really neat. You never quite know what the next stage is going to be. And part of the fun is learning the behavior of some of these enemies, some of these projectiles, and incorporating what you know about those projectiles into how you play the game. So it's a very, very neat kind of thing. Each mission type, each objective feels really different as well. So you never are doing the same thing twice. So at first I thought, oh man, this whole game is going to be just collecting the barrels. But here they go ahead and they mix it up again. So not only are you having to avoid the projectiles, avoid some of the enemies, but now you have a very specific goal, which is collect all of these like little parachuting ingredients and take them to their corresponding cauldron. So again, very, very cool. It's a simple game, but it's a lot of fun when you're actually playing it. The game is actually fairly difficult as well. This is only the first world, but yet I died more than a handful of times, as you can see, both in this video and a little bit later, because they do throw a lot at you. And this is one of those good sort of old school I don't want to say it's a platformer because it's not a platformer, but it has the feel of an old school game. It really tests your reflexes. It tests your ability as a gamer, and I always like to see games that don't shy away from being a little bit difficult, especially in this day and age. So it's a lot of fun. That's really all I have to say about it, and I don't want to just ramble on about it. Great time with it. I think it's $9 right now on sale. I think it's totally worth $9. It's a game that really surprised me with how fun it was. So definitely highly recommended. The game is brimming with personality. I love the art style, even though I don't really like circuses and things like that, but I like the art style. Brimming with personality. Some of the characters are really interesting. So overall, yeah, I'd really recommend this game. I think it's a lot of fun. You can get it on the PC, on the PlayStation 4, and on the Xbox One. $10, you can't go wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this video play out. If you want, you can stick around and see some of the later levels in the first world still, but some of the later levels, and see just how frenetic and crazy everything gets. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. I appreciate every single subscriber. Seriously, it means so much to me. That is the only way I'm able to do what I'm doing. So eternal gratitude if you subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think about this game in the comments below if you've been playing it, if you like it as much as me, if you don't like it as much as me. I want to know. All right, we'll see you next time, guys.
Oh, yeah.